Over the past 2 years, I've been designing farms and documenting the best ones I have come across, from overpowered XP farms to 1 million blocks every hour and more. So here are the 22 best farms for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Now these aren't the best in existence, but rather the best farms for everyday people like you who don't need 4 million chests of gunpowder an hour. If you want to watch the full tutorials or download the worlds, the links are down in the description. Now starting off strong at number 22, this is the best XP farm in Minecraft Bedrock Edition and honestly all of Minecraft. I'm at level 105 and that's from half an hour of using this farm. My favorite part about it too is it's so compact. You just have a couple armadillos down there, they create these silverfish, the silverfish die to the Trident killer, and as you can see, so much XP comes flooding out of this farm. It is so absolutely incredible. Now if you don't need XP and you need a lot of blocks, then this million items per hour block farm is the one for you. As you can see, I was running this farm for literally 1 minute and now millions of blocks are running down this stream. And if I walk down here, you can see I have a full inventory of this. And like I said, I ran this for 1 minute. Now this is a glitch inside of the game. All you have to do is stand over here, build it all the way over there, this small contraption. But as you can see, it is definitely worth it because like I just said, literally over 1 million items an hour you can get at this farm if you were to run it non-stop. It's so fast, it will literally lag out your game if you run it for longer than 1 minute. That is absolutely insane. Now, if it's not blocks or XP that you need and it's totems, then this ultimate raid XP farm is without a doubt the thing that you want to build. Now, the reason I love this one so much is because all of the raid mobs are going to be spawning up here and automatically being killed by this Trident killer, while at the same time, the raid captains down there are going to be spawning and going up here, and all of the items are going to be leading into the same chest. So not only are you going to get the things like emeralds, totems, enchanted items, but you're also going to be getting those ominous bottles. So all you have to do to start another raid is grab one of these, drink it, and you can run this raid farm for literal hours at a time without ever having to leave. And can you imagine the totems and emeralds that you would get from this? Absolutely incredible. Now, if you don't want the raid farm and you just want the ominous bottles, then you need to build this super easy and efficient ominous bottle farm. My favorite thing about this is, like I just mentioned, how unbelievably easy this thing is to set up. You literally just clear out the top part of the pillager outpost, build a couple Trident killers, and then when the pillager captains spawn inside of those Trident killers, you have this hopper minecart system down below that's going to be collecting the items and putting them all inside of this chest. And believe it or not, this is from 2 minutes. I was able to get 6 ominous bottles in 2 minutes. So you're never going to have to worry about going to a pillager and trying to kill him, dying, that whole process, super annoying. If you take the 20 minutes to build this farm, you are going to have no worries with your ominous bottles. But who cares about those, right? Let's move on to something really exciting. But just before that, if you're enjoying, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know down below which one of these 22 farms you're going to be building. All right, let's get into something exciting like gold. And everybody needs gold. They need it for golden apples. They need it for the best food source in the game, golden carrots. And if you need a lot of gold, then you need to build this best gold XP farm. Check out how many zombie piglins are flowing out of this farm. They all then get funneled down into this Trident killer where you can literally stand here. And as you can see, if I go into survival mode, I'm collecting all of the XP. So you get a ton of XP. And my favorite part about this version of the farm too, coming down here, all of the items are automatically crafted and turned into gold blocks. So no longer you'd have to store ingots and nuggets and everything else. It automatically sorts the rotten flesh and then turns all of the blocks into gold. This farm is so incredible. But yeah, you're right, this thing is a little bit too big, so let's go to a farm that's a little bit smaller, like the iron farm. And this farm is so unbelievably compact, but still gives around 400 iron ingots an hour. Now, it's definitely not the best in the entire world, but for regular people like you, 5 or 6 stacks of iron every hour of using this farm is without a doubt worth it. All you have is a bunch of villagers and beds below. Iron Golems thinks it's a village, spawns here, and then all of the drops go into this chest. This is from about an hour and a half of using the farm, and tell me, when are you going to need more iron than this in 1.5 hours of AFK? Now, if you don't want to build it in the ground, then you can build this version of it, which is the exact same, just the tiniest bit bigger, but you're able to build it in the air. just so you don't have to build it in the ground. For whatever reason, this is just another version of the iron farm. It's the exact same thing, the exact same rates, and look at all the iron golems spawning here. This is absolutely incredible. The only problem with this though is you need 20 villagers to make it. How do you get that many villagers? With this super compact villager breeder. Now this thing is so incredible because it literally takes like 5 or 10 minutes to set up. You have 2 villagers here, throw them some bread or carrots or potatoes, whatever you want to do, and then once they make babies, they'll end up falling over here, getting pushed down here, and as you can see, we have 5 baby villagers. It's perfect if you want to get all of those villagers for the iron farms, and definitely something that you should check out. Something else I recommend you check out is the link down in the description. You can find the full tutorials there as well as all of the world downloads. If you're enjoying, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let's get back to the video. Now let's say it's not villagers for iron farms that you need, but rather tridents for all of those trident killers. This is 100% what you want to make. Look at how many guys are coming down here. This farm is so unbelievably efficient in giving you all of these tridents. And look at this. It is a fairly decent sized farm, but after you've set this up, I promise you, you will never have any more problems with collecting all of those tridents. Look at that. You can see so many of them spawning. Trident killers are literally everywhere in Minecraft, so building this farm is 100% a must. You know what else is a must build? The auto sorter, because everybody hates sorting things on their own. The auto sorter makes that super easy for you. It's very simple. You have a little bit of redstone back here, and it is infinitely expandable. That's my favorite part. You can have 2 chests, you can have 200 chests, it does not matter. All you do is put your items inside of here, and then they all get filtered inside of their corresponding chest. Auto sorters are one of the most versatile things in Minecraft, and something that you definitely need to have. Honestly, just for quality of life, just to make the game easier. Similar to the super smelter, which is another quality of life item. And honestly, if you don't have one of these farms in your world, what are you doing? It's very simple. You put all of your fuel back up here, and then the item you want to smelt in here. They're evenly distributed between all of these furnaces, and then they're all picked up and put inside of this chest. Again, the reason that I love this one so much is because of how unbelievably versatile it is. And again, you can have 2 furnaces, you can have 200 furnaces. The possibilities are endless. The Sugarcane Farm is another one that is definitely a must-have. It's great if you want to have cakes, paper, but of course, most importantly, when you're flying around with that elytra and you want to have some fireworks, you need to have a good sugarcane farm, and this is literally the fastest sugarcane farm in the game. I do have it slowed down a little bit, but if you want to, you can come over here and change the speed that this farm goes super easily. It uses a bunch of bone meal. Bone meal is the sugarcane, and then all of the drops go down inside of this chest, and look how unbelievably efficient this farm is. Now, yes, you did hear that right. It does take a lot of bone meal, which is why I recommend you build this super overpowered bone meal farm. This thing is so unbelievably easy to set up and gives you over 10,000 bone meal an hour. Now, if you're curious what that looks like, let's come over here. 5 minutes of using this farm will get you this many bones. 1 hour will get you this many bones, which if you're curious, that is this much bone meal. And then of course, you're also going to get a ton of fish. And look at this thing. It's literally just a square with some water. The fish then swim towards this trident killer, and all of the drops go down inside of this chest. This bone meal farm is so unbelievably good, and bone meal isn't everything, so you kind of have to build this farm. All right, everybody knows about Enderman farms, but they can be really complicated and hard to build. And this one is the complete opposite of that, but just as efficient, which is why I think it is the best Enderman farm. You don't even have to build all the way down to Y level 1. You can simply build out from the platform. You have a box back there where the Endermen spawn, and then they get attracted towards this Endermite here, and all you have to do is stand here, smack him a couple times, and eventually all of these Endermen here are gonna die. You're able to collect the XP, and the drops go down here. As you can see in me doing that, more Endermen have already started to run towards this guy here. Honestly, this farm is so small and easy to set up, which is why I consider it to be significantly better than that big Enderman farm that everybody knows about. Now, I love Guardian farms, but my problem was you weren't able to collect XP for them as well, and this farm right here fixes that problem. As you can see, you've blocked all of the other Guardian spawn spots, so they're all going to be spawning inside of the farm. They're not spawning there, they're all funneled here. Once they spawn here, they get pushed towards the center, up this chamber, as you can see, and then they push themselves into this Trident killer, and look how absolutely efficient this farm is. crazy. If I go into survival mode, all I have to do is stand here. I'm able to collect all of the XP. And then of course, all of the drops go down inside of this chest. And this was from less than an hour of using this farm. So unbelievably efficient. Now let's stay on the topic of less well-known farms, just like the Froglight Farm. Now I love Froglights. Froglights are such a pretty block, but having to kill these magma cream with these frogs is a very complicated process, and this farm makes it super easy. Let me go into spectator mode real quick and fly into my box. All you do is stand here in survival mode. These guys see you, and then they eventually jump towards you and down inside of this hole, as you're going to see right here. You can see now once they're down here, there's this snow block that's going to be breaking them down. And once they're breaking down, these frogs, as you just saw, turn them into froglights. And then of course, all of the drops go down inside of this chest. And this is from 1 hour of using this farm. It's so compact, so easy to set up, and gives you such good rates, which is why it made its way onto this best list. Now let's switch the topic from magma creams to slimes, where this Oozing slime farm 100% takes the cake, and this thing is insanely overpowered. Let me show you how it works. Literally all you have to do is set up this small hole in the ground. You make as many of these snow golems as you want over top of this, and then they're sitting there. Now what you do is take an Oozing slime bottle and you throw it there with a potion of instant harming, and as you can see, a ton of slimes come flooding out of this. They all go down into that Trident killer, and then once you stand down here, you can collect the XP, and all of the slime balls go inside of this farm. And oh my gosh, look at all this. Who is ever gonna need more slime balls than this? And this is only from a couple uses of the farm. My favorite part about this one, similar to all the other ones, is how unbelievably easy it is to set up while still giving you some insane rates. Now we've looked at magma cubes and slimes. Now let's go to the third big cube creature in Minecraft, Ghasts. And believe it or not, this Ghast gunpowder farm is more efficient than any creeper farm I've ever shown on my channel. And look how simple this thing is to set up. You go to the nether roof, mine out a 50 by 50 square, and then make a roof of either glass or leaves. And as you can see, anytime any of these Ghasts spawn in, they cannot see you, they cannot shoot. And this will give you 5 stacks of gunpowder an hour. Now, if you want to make it even more efficient, you can turn the floor into soul sand and put some soul speed 3 boots on. Now you're running a lot faster. You run up to them, slap them with a sword, and using this, you are able to get 10 stacks of gunpowder every hour of using this farm. So use it for 1 hour, and you have so much gunpowder, you're not even going to know what to do with it all. Now, unfortunately, this one is not fully automatic. So if you want a fully automatic gunpowder farm, then creeper farms are undoubtedly the way to go, as this one is fully automatic. Now, my favorite thing about this, just like a lot of the other farms, it's super easily expandable. You can have 1 layer, you can have up to 8 layers inside of this farm, and it is so unbelievably efficient, giving you close to 8 stacks of gunpowder an hour and a lot of XP. Now, the difference between this one and that last Ghast gunpowder farm is, as you can see, this one is fully automatic, so it gives slightly less rates, but you can just sit here overnight and come back to double chests full of gunpowder. And again, when are you going to need more gunpowder than that? Psst. Hey you, if you're enjoying the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you want the best Minecraft seeds, make sure to check out the Seed Showcase channel below. Now what if I told you there was another gunpowder farm out there that was way smaller, and on top of the gunpowder, it gave 3,000 redstone an hour? Would you build it? Well, that's exactly what this witch farm is, so let me know down in the comments if you're going to build this farm, or honestly, just all of the farms, which one you decided to build. This witch farm is so incredible. Look how small this thing is. You literally just have to clear out a witch hut, build this, and then all you do is stand up here and the work is done for you. A ton of witches are going to start to spawn below, and once they do, they get pushed towards this Trident killer, which kills them, and then all the drops go down inside of this chest. And as you can see, you get so much gunpowder, a ton of redstone, potions of healing, glowstone, sugar, spider eyes. These farms are awesome for getting a bunch of those random items that are really annoying to collect on their own. And speaking of collecting random items, there's no better farm for that than the good old Fish XP Farm. This thing is so easy to set up. Will literally take 2 minutes to set up. Look at this. And we'll give you enchanted books like with mending. It'll give you saddles, enchanted items, and everything like that. Here are the 2 easiest designs. This first one, all you do is walk up to it, look here, and then you want to click and hold. Now for this design, I'm actually going to use an auto clicker. The other design doesn't take one, but this one is. Going to set it to 1 second or 1000 milliseconds and right click. And then once I actually go ahead and start this, I'm just going to sit here forever, and this is going to be automatic. Once a fish goes up, it's going to be reeled in and then automatically put out again. Now, of course, I know a lot of you guys can't use auto clickers because you're not on the PC version of the game. So you can come over to this one right here, which does not require an auto clicker, and it just ensures that you don't ever miss the drops. Again, you just stand here, throw the fishing rod in there, and then once the fish is actually caught, the lava automatically reels in the fishing rod, and then of course all the drops go inside of here. And as you can see, I was able to get 2 raw cod, a really good enchanted book, and some saddles. So this does give you that really good loot. Fish farms are so unbelievably incredible, and if you don't have them in your world yet, what are you even doing? Now these are going to produce a lot of items, so you're going to need a lot of space to hold them, which is why I recommend you build this super overpowered Shulker Farm. Shulker boxes are so important, so there's no reason you shouldn't have a Shulker box or Shulker Farm in the game. Let me go into creative mode, fly around, show you how it works. In Minecraft, there has to be 2 Shulkers side by side, so when they try to hit you, this guy hits this guy, and when he dies, another one automatically spawns because they have to be side by side. At the same time, this guy's hitting this one, and this guy is hitting this one, so there's a lot of killing going on. And once they die, of course, they respawn, drop their Shulker boxes, and all of the drops go down inside of this chest. This is from 2 hours of using the farm. What is this? 4.5 stacks of Shulker boxes? When are you ever going to need more than that? So efficient, super easy to set up. Honestly, really good for those everyday Minecraft players. And finally, number 1 is the Mob XP Farm. Now, I know this thing looks really big and complicated, but you don't have to use this many layers. You can do 1 layer, you can do 8, whatever you want. It's very simple. We don't want to wait for the mobs to have to pathfind towards the center on their own. So what this does is have the mobs spawn in some scaffolding, and then water on top automatically pushes them. And look at how many mobs are spawning. This farm is so unbelievably efficient. Look at this. I mean, oh my gosh, I've been here for like a couple seconds and we've already had 10 mobs falling down here. And all of the loot, of course, goes inside of these chests. This farm is absolutely incredible. So easy to build, so expandable, and honestly, I don't know why you guys don't have this mob farm yet. Again, you could download these worlds or find the full tutorials down in the description. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. BlazedMC out.